begin by simply listening, slow down, see just how peaceful today can be. This time we're getting started with Fighting is Magic.
The beginning is a very delicate time. Know then that it is the year 10,191. The known universe is ruled by the Padishah Emperor Shaddam IV, my father. In this time, the most precious substance in the universe is the spice melange. The spice extends life. The spice expands consciousness. The spice is vital to space travel. The Spacing Guild and its navigators, who the spice has mutated over 4,000 years, use the orange spice gas, which gives them the ability to fold space. That is, travel to any part of the universe without moving. Oh yes, I forgot to tell you. The spice exists on only one planet in the entire universe. A desolate, dry planet with vast deserts. Hidden away within the rocks of these deserts are a people known as the Fremen, who have long held a prophecy that a man would come, a Messiah, who would lead them to true freedom. The planet is Arrakis, also known as Dune.
Greetings, children. It is I, your obedient servant, Sebastian St. Smalls. Like I said, getting started with Fighting is Magic, Jack Benny Radio. Here we go. Okay. Wish us luck. Thanks for swinging by. Catch you guys on the flip side.
The Jack Benny Program, presented by Lucky Strike.
American.
Lucky Strike, and Lucky Strike alone, offers you important evidence gathered in the tobacco country by the world-famous Crosley poll. This evidence reveals the smoking preference of auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen, the men who really know tobacco. Here's what the Crosley poll found.
For their own personal smoking enjoyment, independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike, first choice over any other brand.
These experts know their business. Their overwhelming preference for Lucky Strike, we believe, has a direct relationship to the quality tobacco we purchase for Lucky's and to the real, deep-down smoking enjoyment you may expect from fine tobacco. And when these veteran tobacco experts name Lucky Strike first choice for their own personal smoking enjoyment, then you know.
LSMFT. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And in a cigarette, it's the tobacco that counts. So smoke the smoke tobacco experts smoke Lucky Strike. Remember,
Independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike, first choice over any other brand. The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Mary Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we take you out to Jack Benny's house in Beverly Hills, where we find Rochester cleaning out the attic.
Well, I got all the magazines stacked up. Now I'll move this box over. Hello, what's this? I never saw these before. A bundle of Mr. Benny's old love letters. I wonder if I should... No, I'd be a heel if I read them. But what's the difference? Nobody'll know I'm a heel but me. I ain't gonna tell anybody. I think I'll open this thick one first. Look at this. My darling Rockmore, I have been thinking of you all day. I still thrill to the memory of how you said goodnight to me and crushed me in your powerful arms. Powerful arms. That can't be the boy. I know how excited you must be about having been elected captain of our school football team. But I can't get over your reluctance to talk about it. You're so honest. That can't be the boy. We sure had fun celebrating your election at the ice cream parlor. Wasn't it lucky that I had my purse with me when you discovered that I can't get over your reluctance to talk about it, boy. I can't invite me to go to the junior party. We sure had fun celebrating your election. You see, Daddy is very angry with you, and in a way I don't blame him. I know that there's no business but the private support you in our house. And another thing, I'm putting them away.
Rocket, have you been reading my old love letters?
Oh, no,
So you have been reading. Now, come on, let's finish taking the look at time.
Oh, yeah. Say, who's that man in this picture here? A relative?
No, he was my first violin teacher. May he rest in peace. And oh, look, here's a picture of me taken when I was 2 years old. Look at me lying there in bed, hugging that big teddy bear.
Yeah. Doggone, it's almost as big as the one you sleep with now.
Not quite. And this is my sister Florence.
Who's that on the other page?
Oh, that's my second violin teacher. May he rest in peace. Oh, look, here's a picture of my graduating class in grammar school.
Gee, that's sure a nice-looking bunch of kids. Wait a minute, boss. I don't see you.
Oh, I took the picture. I had a little photography business on the side. Now, look, here's a picture of our house in Waukegan.
Sure is a nice place. Who's the man standing out in front?
Oh, he's my third violin teacher.
Is he resting in peace?
I don't know. He ran away and joined the Foreign Legion. And Rochester, here's a picture. Oh, that must be some of my gang. We're going to rehearse here today. I'll see you later. There was a boy. They used to call him Blossom Boy. Coming. Oh, hello, Dennis.
Hello, Mr. Benny.
What are you giggling about, kid?
Well, this morning I went out in my yard and caught a gopher.
Why should that make you laugh?
I got him in my shirt and he tickled me.
Dennis, you got a gopher inside your shirt?
No, I just said that for a joke. When you laugh.
Joe?
You've got no sense of humor at all.
Look.
No wonder you've only got one show.
Listen, close the door and come inside, will you?
Am I on time for rehearsal, Mr. Benny?
You're the first one here. I actually come a little early on purpose. You received your new contract, Dennis. I mailed it to you last week.
Oh, yes, Mr. Benny, but I didn't like it.
What was wrong?
There was 2 cents due on the postage.
Well, your raise will take care of that.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm glad you received it. Did you sign the contract?
Oh, I was going to, but it hasn't come back from the doctor yet.
What?
My mother knows how you like to hide closets, so she's having it x-rayed.
Oh, your mother. She's never satisfied with anything.
Oh, you're wrong about that. She liked the present I gave her this morning for Mother's Day.
Say, today is Mother's Day. What'd you give your mother, Dennis?
Well, something she's always wanted. So I had them made for her. Set of dishes. And every dish is shaped like an L.
Well, why would your mother want all her dishes L-shaped?
When she throws them at my father in case he misses, they come back to her.
L-shaped dishes. That's the silliest thing I ever heard.
Yeah, she hasn't missed in 20 years.
That I can believe.
What did you get for Mother's Day, Mr. Benny?
Dennis. Why should I get presents on Mother's Day?
It's in our contract.
Oh, yes.
Gee, I don't know what to get you for Labor Day.
You'll think. You'll think of something, Dennis. Now, Dennis, what song you got to do on the program this afternoon?
Well, I thought I'd sing I'd give $1 million tomorrow.
Well, good. Now run over it once for me before the rest of the gang gets here for rehearsal.
Yes, sir.
Give $1 million to hold you, the same sweet tender way. I know that I'm to blame. I can't tell a lie. I've never been the same since we said goodbye. I'd give up every possession if you come back to stay. I'd give $1 million
There was a vicious sound.
tomorrow for just one
Did you see it posted on
I'd give up every possession if you come back to stay. I'd give $1 million tomorrow for just one
How did you like it, Mr. Benny?
That was fine, Dennis, and it will probably sound even better, when you... Come in! Oh, hello, Mary.
Hello, Jack.
Well, summer must be just around the corner when you come to rehearsal in a bare midrib.
Well, at least it's comfortable.
Yeah, but it must be very inconvenient.
What do you mean inconvenient?
No place to carry a gopher.
Dennis, I still. But Mary, I think those bare midriffs are a little immodest.
Modest? Why, everybody out here wears them.
Well, my girlfriend Gladys doesn't.
That's not modest. She doesn't want to show her tattooing.
Tattooing. One little battleship, and you make a thing out of it. The only reason girls dress like that is to attract attention.
You should talk after what you did at the beach last Thursday. You should have seen him, Dennis.
Oh, Mary, please.
He put on a pair of flame-colored swimming trunks and shaved the hair on his chest to spell out Gorgeous George.
Mary, I was only having a little fun. After all, you can't
Hey,
just...
boss! Hello, Miss Livingston. Hello, Miss Day.
Hello, Roger.
What is it, Rochester?
I just finished cleaning the attic and I found your birth certificate.
My birth certificate? Give me that. I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to put it down in my vault.
Gee, Mr. Benny sure seemed upset about Rochester finding his birth certificate.
Well, Dennis, that's understandable. You see, Mr. Benny is a big star, and people in the public eye must keep their private affairs a secret.
I guess you're right. But how old do you think Mr. Benny is?
I don't know, but when the Pilgrims landed on Plymouth Rock, the first words they heard were hello again. Say, Dennis, have you signed this contract yet?
No, my mother doesn't like some of the clauses. And besides, she thinks it ties me up for too long.
How many years does Jack want you to sign up for?
It doesn't say. The clause just reads, better for worse, from death do us part.
What?
I don't know whether to sign it or give him his ring back.
Well, I guess I'd sign it. After all, we do have a very bright future. You have another show, Bill has another show, and Jack opens his swimming pool for the summer. I have the towel confection. So you see, Dennis, we're really not...
Say, Mary, I happened to look out the window, and there's an express trunk out in front of the Coleman. I wonder what's going on.
Well, Jack, did you know Ronnie and Benita are leaving for England tomorrow?
See, I didn't know that. So they're going to England, eh?
Yes, this will be your last chance to go over there and explain to Ronnie what happened to his Oscar.
You're right, Mary. See, I just haven't the courage to face it. Maybe if I... Get that, will you, Mary?
Okay. Hello, Mr. Benny's residence, Star Stage Cleaner Radio. Mary the Towel Girl speaking.
Oh, hello, Liv. What are you doing at Grant's Boom?
Bill, where have you been keeping yourself? I haven't seen you for a couple of days.
Just came in from Salton Sea. I went out there with Guy Lombardo when he tried to break the speedboat record.
Gee, that must have been exciting.
Yeah, it was, Livy. You should have seen Lombardo's boat. It's 25 feet long, and you ought to see that motor.
Really?
Yeah, what a sound when he opened her up. 1,300 horsepower going boom, 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 boom.
Bill, what'd you call for? Do you want to speak to Jack?
Yeah, the queen bee in the hive.
Oh, doesn't Jack, and I'll call him. It's Bill, Jack. He wants to talk to you.
Okay. Hello?
Hiya, Dad. Hey, just called to tell you I'm going to be late for rehearsal.
Late, why?
Well, Sammy, my drummer, just got married. He asked me to stand up for him.
Well, I hope you made it. So, Sammy finally got married, huh? Was it a nice wedding?
Yeah, everything went along swell. Except that just 5 minutes ago, Sammy took a punch at Remley because he caught him kissing a bride.
Well, Phil, at a wedding, you're supposed to kiss the
I
bride.
know, but he caught Remley doing it last night.
Stop switching old jokes, and I hope that they didn't spoil the wedding.
No, everything went off fine. What a classy affair, Jackson. The church was filled with flowers, everybody was dressed beautiful, then suddenly a hush fell on the crowd. And the bride and groom walked slowly down the aisle as the organ plays. That's what I like about the South.
For heaven's sake, Phil, you mean to say the organ the organ play, that's what I like about the South?
Well, what did you expect at a wedding? Tiger rag?
No, I guess not. Unless two tigers are getting married. Anyway, Phil, hurry over as soon as you can, will you?
I'll be there. Goodbye, Dad.
Goodbye. Phil's going to be a little late, kid, so as soon as Don comes, we'll start the rehearsal.
Look, Jack, before we start, don't you think you ought to go over to Ronald Coleman's house and apologize to him for losing his Oscar?
Well, that can wait till next week.
But he's leaving for England tomorrow.
I can't help it. This whole thing was Coleman's fault.
Coleman's fault?
Certainly. This never would have happened if he hadn't won the Oscar in the first place. Believe me.
Mr. Benny's right.
Certainly.
Mr. Coleman should be smart and make pictures like The Horn Blows at Midnight.
Darn tooth. Anyway, Mary, it wasn't my fault that the Oscar was stolen from me.
I know, Jack. The least you can do is go over and explain the whole thing to him.
Well, okay. I'll go over to the Coleman's after rehearsal. Gee, I hope he's not too late.
You know Jimmy's packing, Ronnie?
I will be in just a minute, Benita.
Sure, darling. I'm really thrilled about our trip.
Yes. Ah, to be in England now that James Mason's over here.
Oh, Ronnie. hurry and finish your packing.
Well, it won't take long. I hope we have a nice crossing. How's the weather on the North Atlantic this time of year?
It's rather cold and windy.
Oh, I'd better take a pair of the long ones. Say, Benita, did you call the newspaper office and tell them to forward our copies to London?
Oh, no, that'd be silly. They have all the news in the English papers.
Well, they don't have Little Orphan Annie.
Yes, they do. Only they call her their parent, Miss Penelope.
That's good, good.
Say, isn't it a shame you haven't got the Oscar to take to England with you?
Oh, darling, please. My doctor told me not to discuss that.
Well, don't give up hope yet. Why don't you go over and speak to Jack Benny? I mean, the Oscar must be around someplace. Things don't just disappear.
Oh, they don't, eh? 9 years ago, a gas man went into Benny's house and hasn't been seen since. Now, let's forget it.
All right. I'll help you finish packing. See, you'll want to take these shirts.
Oh, Benita, careful. I'll pack those shirts myself.
That's all right. I don't mind helping. Here, you put them in, Ronnie, look what fell from between these shirts. Your Oscar.
Yes, so it is.
Well, you certainly don't seem very surprised at finding it.
Benita, let's finish the packing.
There's something very peculiar going on. When did you get your Oscar back?
Well, we'll discuss it on the boat, darling.
We'll discuss it now. Tell me everything.
All right, but I don't know all the details myself. I'll have our chauffeur tell you.
Select your pony.
Oh, Eddie, will you please come in here a moment?
Ronnie, you packed the Oscar right in this house, and you let Jack Benny suffer all these weeks?
Yes. Ha ha ha! Life can be beautiful. I'm sorry you discovered it so soon. I could have made Benny...
You wanted to see me, Mr. Coleman?
Oh, yes, Eddie, yes. Mrs. Coleman has discovered our little secret, and I want you to tell her the whole story about the Oscar.
Oh, that. Well, you see, ma'am, Mr. Coleman was pretty fed up with Jack Benny's constant borrowing. So the night he borrowed the Oscar, Mr. Coleman tipped me off and told me what to do. While I went out in front of the house, I was hiding behind a tree. And when Mr. Benny came out of your house... Hey, Bud. Got a mic?
Yes, I have a...
Don't make a move. This is a stick-up.
Put down that gun.
Shut up. I said this is a stick-up. Now, come on. Your money or your life? Bud, I said your money or your life. I'm thinking it over. Now, look, mister. And I'll take that package you're carrying, too.
This package? But it's mine. It belongs to Ronald Coleman.
He wired. Lay down and give it to me or I'll drill you.
All right, give it to me.
Now, lay down the sidewalk and count to 100.
1, 2, 3.
And that's exactly what happened there. And when I brought the Oscar right in the house and gave it to Mr. Coleman.
Well, thank you, Eddie. You may go now.
Yes.
Don't stare at me like that, darling. It was time Benny was taught a lesson, and I'm glad I did it.
Ronnie, that was an awful mean thing. And I love you for doing it.
Well, I'm glad you see it my way. Benita, are you sure the expressmen picked up all the trunks?
Yes. Now let's finish these valises, and then we'll,
Ready?
Answer the door, will you, darling? I'm trying to close this bag.
All right. Hello, Jack.
Oh, hello, Benita. I heard you were going to England, so I thought you were going away, yes.
Oh, what a beautiful bouquet of white roses.
You really like it?
Why, they're my favorite flowers. In fact, I have a bush of them right over there. Funny, they were there this morning.
Well, I was afraid that while you were in England, they might have been in time. So I went to the door, but...
Come to the spot.
Goodbye.
Johnny's in the other room.
Well, almost packed, I see.
Yes, Jack, and tomorrow we'll be on our way.
Ronnie, I thought I would go, time might hang heavy on your hands, so I brought you this book.
Oh, Jack, nice of you to return it.
And that isn't all I brought, Ronnie. See, I've got something here for you. A carton of Lucky Strike cigarettes.
Carton of Lucky Strike?
And you're so round, Ronnie, and so firm, Benita, and so fully packed, Ronnie. So free and easy on the outside. And the draw. The draw.
Yes, I know, Jack, I know. LSMFD stands for Lucky Strike means fine tobacco.
Yes, you've heard that one. And quality of product, is essential to continuing success. Here you are, Ronnie. Here are the cigarettes.
Thank you, Jack. How much are they?
$1? Oh, no. No, Randy. Mary told me not to. By the way, Benita, I want to give you a little advice.
What's that, Jack?
Well, while you're in England, if anyone wants to sell you any cashmere, tweeds, or woolens, grab them because they're a good buy.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. No, wait. Look, I might as well tell you the real reason I came over here.
The real reason?
Yes, Ronnie. I know you won't believe this, but the night I borrowed your Oscar, I was held up.
No.
Cross my heart and hope my swimming pool loses money this summer. Now, Ronnie, after losing your Oscar, I was so embarrassed I did everything I could to avoid you. I was afraid you'd see me. I practically lived in hiding. Every Sunday, I had to sneak out of my house down to NBC. Then after my broadcast, I'd sneak out of the studio.
Well, didn't you always do that?
Only on Sunday.
Well, Jack, it's funny you should be held up practically in front of our house.
It was terrible. You'll never know what I went through to protect you. Would you like me to tell you about it?
We'd love to hear it.
Well, tonight I borrowed your Oscar. I left your house and was walking down the sidewalk.
Hey, Bud.
Huh? Yes, I have one right.
Don't make a move.
Stick up. Put down that gun, or by heaven, I'll make you rue the day that you were born. Put it down, I say!
Now, take it easy, mister. You'll get hurt. I'm not alone. I have a ferocious lion here.
A lion? That lion doesn't speak. Why, if you, I'll slash your teeth in. Take that! And now for you, tough guy.
Don't hurt me. Hey, fellas, come here. Help!
Why, you sniveling, white-livered, cringing coward. Take that!
Hey, fellas, he knocked me down. Come on, help me. Okay, kid, here we come. This guy's a tough one. We'll have to use our last resort. Give it to him.
It was a long time coming, but...
That rocket bomb stunned them a little. Come on, fellas. We better get out.
That was the last thing I heard, Ronnie. When I came to, all 500 of them were gone. And so was your Oscar. But I really did my best to protect it.
Stout fellow.
I protected that Oscar with my life.
Sounds pretty good, Johnny, but it ain't the way I heard it.
What?
Look, Jack, I might as well tell you. You can stop worrying about the Oscar because we sent them.
How? Who?
All right now, Jack, don't ask any questions. The important thing is I got it back.
Yeah, never felt so. Now look, Ron, if you had to give a reward to get the Oscar, or ran into any other expense, go with it. You're insured.
Yeah, I know.
Come on, Ronnie, we've got to finish our packing.
Pardon me, Mr. Coleman. Do you want me to take the polices out to the car?
Yes, Eddie, and be sure to
Ronnie!
see that the...
Benita! Look, that's him! The man that helped me out!
Ronnie! Jack jumped right through the window.
And look at him run.
Gee, Mr. Coleman, I'm sorry I frightened them.
You left in a hurry.
Yes, sure
I'll take his shoes back to him in the morning.
Ronnie, ferocious lion.
Rocky Bum.
Jack will be back in just a minute, but first here's Basil Rysdale. Independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
The famous Crosley poll has just completed an impartial survey in 11 southern tobacco states. This poll, taken among tobacco experts, reveals the smoking preference of the men who really know tobacco.
Yes, for their own personal smoking enjoyment, independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
These are the experts, auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen. And we believe their overwhelming preference for Lucky Strike has a direct relationship to the quality tobacco we purchase for Lucky.
You've heard the poll results. Now listen to what Mr. Alexander Irvin, veteran warehouseman from North Carolina, recently said.
For a good many seasons, I've seen the makers of Lucky Strike buy fine, ripe, mellow tobacco. The kind of tobacco you just can't beat for smoking quality. I've smoked Lucky's for 14 years.
So for your own real, deep-down smoking enjoyment, remember...
LSMFT. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. So round, so firm, so fully packed, so free and easy on the draw.
Good night, folks.
This is NBC, the national broadcasting company.
The Jack Benny program, presented by Lucky Strike. Lucky Strike, and Lucky Strike alone, offers you important evidence gathered in the tobacco country by the world-famous Crosley poll. This evidence reveals the smoking preference of auctioneers, buyers, and warehousemen, the men who really know tobacco. Here's what the Crosley poll found.
For their own personal smoking enjoyment, the independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
These experts know their business. Their overwhelming preference for Lucky Strike, we believe, has a direct relationship to the quality tobacco we purchase for Lucky, and to the real, deep-down smoking enjoyment you may expect from fine tobacco. And when these veteran tobacco experts name Lucky Strike first choice for their own personal smoking enjoyment, then you know.
LSMFT. LSMFT.
Lucky Strike means fine tobacco. And fine tobacco is what counts in a cigarette. So smoke the smoke tobacco experts smoke Lucky Strike. Remember,
Independent tobacco experts again name Lucky Strike first choice. Lucky Strike first choice over any other brand.
From Palm Springs, California, the Lucky Strike program, starring Jack Benny, with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Dennis Day, and yours truly, Don Wilson. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we bring you the star of our show, toughened by the desert wind, tanned by the desert sun, and frightened by the desert prices, Jack Benny!
Please, listen to me. The Archbishop Lazarus. You led us down here to find
The American tobacco program, Jack Benny,
now everyone is dead.
is not coming
A
through.
demon he called the Butcher.
As soon as service can
Avenge
be
us.
resumed with the National
Find this
Broadcasting
butcher
Company,
and slay him,
we will bring you the
so
Jack
that our
Benny Show
souls
from
may
Palm
find
Springs.
rest.
Pardon me, Don. Come in.
Mr. Benny?
Yes? On behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, I want to take this opportunity to welcome you to this desert paradise.
The
Well, thank
sanctity
you
of
very
this
much.
place.
By the way,
has
I
been
don't want to get
fouled.
personal, but how did you happen to lose your hair? I left the call for 7 o'clock. With that tomahawk still in his head, he looks like a sundial. You know? He also looks like the last of the smoke.
I do not have a spell ready.
What was that you were asking me, Don?
Well, I asked you about the motel you're stopping at. Where is it located?
Oh, the Gitsy Gummy?
Yeah.
Well, here's how you get there, Don. You know the street right back here, the one that leads to Cathedral City?
Oh, it's this side of Cathedral City.
No, Don. You go through Cathedral City. And then you know how the road curves out and goes on to Indio.
Indio? Why, you're not living way over in Indio, are you?
No, Don. You go through Indio. Stay on Highway 66, and the only delay is that it stops at the Arizona border. You know, for plant inspection.
Oh, my goodness, Jack. You mean to tell me that while we're all in Palm Springs, you're living way out in Arizona?
Sand is sand. I'm still on the desert. But, Don, I told... Well, look who's here.
Hello, everybody.
All those games take away my can't take it anymore.
Well,
Hello, Mary.
Hi, Don.
Catch
Hello,
you guys
Mary.
on the flip
Jack,
side.
what are you doing in town?
I came in with a safari. What am I doing in town?
Why did you stay in Beverly Hills? That's closer to Palm Springs than when you're living now.
I couldn't stay in Beverly Hills because I sublet my house.
Oh, fine. He's here for 5 days and sublets his house.
I may be here for 14 days. Who knows?
You even look for a tenant when you go out to lunch.
Now you're